So we'll start with stretching. That's the first phase. Second phase is strengthening. We'll do 2 sets of 12 of each one of the exercises, hitting kind of the whole shoulder girdle. Third phase is the endurance. That's where the rubber bands come in. And then the last phase is stability. We don't do as much on stability in this particular course because hopefully you come on a Tuesday or a Saturday. We do tons of shoulder stability on those days. So we'll start with just, we always start with postural stretching. So do your shoulder rolls. Be as tall as you can. I always think of a little crane pulling me up so I can be as tall as I can. Not bending backwards, but these are the ones you want to do throughout the day if you're doing a lot of sitting, which a lot of us are doing a lot of sitting. Ideally, every half hour, 30 seconds. You could do little kind of goalposts. When you're doing postural stretches, most of the time it's best to do a movement base because you're trying to counteract that static position of just doing nothing. So usually the body likes to move. If you're actually doing a stretch to make changes, that's when you want to hold things 30, 60, 90 seconds. You can do one arm up, one arm, whatever feels good. All these should kind of feel good because you're getting your body to not be in that static slouched gravity pulling you down kind of position.
Should I shut off our cameras?
Oh, I probably would anyway, even though I'm not so sure if it makes a difference. If you want to do, if you're in a meeting, you want to be incognito, you can just do your shoulders backwards. So just pinching your shoulder blades together. And we've talked about if you can activate your lower trap, which is your bottom of your shoulder blades by pulling your shoulder blades down toward your waist as you do it, it actually decreases pressure on this part of your trap up here. And that's the one that tends to get way overworked with our society. So pulling down on the shoulder blades can make a big difference to take pressure off your neck. So any of those while you're doing the movement-based type of things, and most people set up their smartphone for every 30 minutes because, you know, when you get on a task, you forget the time. So
Smart people set
up their smartphone. The rest of them, I don't know what they do on that. And then we'll also do some shoulder stretches. We'll just reaching across behind your triceps with that hand. You're going to grab that elbow and push it a little bit further on that. That's good view. The stretch should be in the back of the shoulder, not in the joint in the front. And now if you just place your hand over the top of the shoulder and push your fingertips down their spine, this changes. You can even elevate the elbow a little bit more versus down. You'll notice that changes the stretch. Just again, make sure it's in the appropriate area and not really compressing the front of the shoulder. You have a little compression, you have to, but not in a painful kind of way. And then if you slide your hand behind your head and push down, you get a lot more tricep part of the stretch, and you bend to get more of your lateral trunk stretching. That's just bonus work. And then switch arms. The first one is just reaching across, placing that hand just kind of behind the triceps area, pushing the arm across, holding on to it with that hand. If you find one side's tighter than the other, maybe you had surgery, who knows, you might stretch a little bit longer on that. And also you might have to adapt it so you're not compressing the joint, you're feeling good muscle stretches. Place the hand over the shoulder as you push a little bit further back. Technically, if you want to make a change through stretching, you've got to hold it for a while. 30 seconds minimum, minute would be nice. And we're changing the angle a bit so you can kind of do different things like that. And then your hand behind your head, it changes the joint quite a bit, but also your triceps, you lean away on that. It should feel, should feel good. You shouldn't feel compression on the side you're leaning to, like your spine, so make sure that's okay. It should just feel like a nice stretch. And then grab your hand behind your back and just pull it straight across. Get a little bit more of the front of the shoulder stretching on that. And again, that should be all. Stretching, well, it's interesting. Keep holding that one. And then switch arms. There's a certain component of soreness You might call it pain, but it's really light pain when you stretch because you're really trying to make changes. But when we're doing any of our strengthening, it could be the weights or the rubber bands, even the all fours, those kind of things, I never really want that to ever hurt. You always have to switch your position if that happens. Or don't do it. Now, if you happen to have a towel handy, we're going to do the one behind your back, where you grab the towel with that hand and hoist it up the middle of your spine the best you can. Again, I love the towel because you can just anchor it over your shoulder and hold it. A rubber band works too. You just have to take enough slack out of it. And then if you have a yoga strap, that also works. If you're flexible enough, like Heather looks like she is, she can grab her hands together. And then switch. Switch hands, hoist the other one up your back, and kind of hold that stretch. Sometimes you'll feel a little less of a stretch as you go, so that you can hoist it up just a little bit further. It'd be nice if it kind of felt a little bit looser as you go along. This doesn't always happen, so don't worry about it. Be tall, make sure you're not slouching forward. You're still being as tall as you can. That puts the shoulder joint in its best position. So if we're going to strengthen or stretch, let's stretch in the right position. We're going to go to the wall or a piece of furniture or whatever you can hold on to. Have your arms straight, elbow locked, hand on the wall or the door. The height of your shoulder, so the hand and the shoulder in the same plane as you twist away. You should get a lot of the front of the shoulder stretching, maybe some forearm, depending on how you're holding onto the wall, or if you have a door frame, that works really nicely. But anything you can just actually hold on to. So just kind of hold that stretch for a little bit. Excellent. Anterior shoulder, that means the front of your shoulder capsule type stretch. Now just slide your hand up only about 3 inches. Arm is still straight, elbow still locked, and twist away still. You'll notice it kind of switches how that feels with the stretch. You can always back off on the twisting away to make it a little less. Sometimes bending your elbow will make it less for some people on that. And now slide it 3 more inches up the wall. It's not quite all the way up yet, but getting there as you twist away. Maybe you'll feel more stretch toward the armpit. Maybe you'll still feel it right in the front there. A lot of that depends on if you're tight in certain areas. It changes for everyone. And now slide the arm all the way up. So it's the forearm and the upper arm are flat against the wall. Your armpit is close to the wall as you can, but your body's perpendicular to the wall. So you're just kind of going up. You can use your fingers to crawl up a little bit higher. Don't slouch forward as you do it. And again, all these just change a bit on how that whole shoulder girdle stretches. Now switch arms. Again, start with one with the arm straight, elbow locked. Hand is the same plane as your shoulder, parallel to the floor as you twist away. If you have, let's say, wrist issues, things like that, just back off on that particular joint. Or you can make a fist against the wall and twist away. Just be nice. If you have other issues, other physical issues. Now slide your hand about 3 inches up. Same thing, if you can still keep your elbow locked, great, and then twist away. So we're just kind of changing which part of that whole girdle capsule and all that is stretching. Now go up 3 inches more. You're not quite all the way up the wall yet, but you're getting there. Still twisting away, and the stretch should still be on. You should only feel it on the arm. If you get shooting or other nerve-like pains, don't. Back off. We don't want to irritate anything else. And then slide the arm all the way up the wall, armpit toward the wall, but your body's perpendicular to the wall. Perpendicular is like making it, it's not really a T, but you know what I mean. And you can use your fingers to crawl up a little bit higher. I love this one if you have a high enough thing that you can grab like the old day monkey bars where you can actually squat a bit and get a distraction within there. We don't do that in this particular workout because there's not many things we can grab. But a doorway you can grab. I like that one. And then relax.
Weren't we parallel to the wall?
Perpendicular.
Oh, I see.
Now go both arms up the wall. You're facing the wall. Both arms up, hands flat if you can. Get your armpits as close to the wall as you can. You might have to move your head to the side so your nose doesn't get squished, but that's up to you. And use your fingers to kind of crawl up further. You could even bend your knees slightly, not with letting your hands slide down, but you're just getting a little bit more stretch. And then back down, slide down. If you have any shoulder issues, sliding down the wall is always nicer. Okay, now bend your elbow 90 degrees, elbows by your side, but still use the wall and twist away. So now we're doing the elbow and the hand are on the same plane. Elbow is staying by your side as you twist away. So now we're changing inside the joint on how you're stretching. This is an important swimming muscle to make sure this stays happy. And we do this 3 different times for today. 1, 2, 3, yeah. The stretching, strengthening, and endurance. And then slide it only about halfway up and twist away. Still try to keep your arm centered with the side of your body. So you're not letting your elbow drop backwards. It's still staying as if it's close to, can't stay by your side, but in that plane. The plane. And then slide the arm up so that the forearm's resting on the wall or the door frame and twist away. Now your elbow and your shoulder are in the same plane and you're twisting away. Different than when you have your arm, you get similar in that front of the shoulder, but by having the arm bent like this, it changes inside the joint on how you're stretching. And you get some of the same ones in the front, but that's okay. And then go to your other arm, elbow bent, 90 degrees, hand on the wall, twisting away, but keep the elbow in by your side. Be tall as you twist away, try not to slouch. Shoulders can be back and down if you want to work on that lower trap, which I think is a great idea. Now slide it only a little, halfway up. Elbow still sort of by your side. Obviously it drifts away from your side a bit, but try to not let it drift backwards. It should still stay, I guess, not quite under your hand, but as much as you can. And now slide it so your forearms on the wall. Elbows about shoulder same plane as the shoulder, same height as you twist away. You can always slide the arm down a bit, not twist as much. You kind of pay attention to your body. I know I mentioned earlier I don't mind a little bit of discomfort with stretching, but you know what pain is if the joint feels painful. I don't want that at all. 0. Not. We're also now going to work a little bit on that lower trap, and we're going to have the arms on the wall. On that, pretend the wall's here. Arms on the wall, but you're going to pull the shoulder blades down toward your waist, but don't lean back to do it. So it's just a very simple down and back with the shoulder blades. We're going to hold for about 5 seconds. This swimmers are kind of lucky because you use this muscle during swimming, so yay. But this is one of the most important muscles just to save our neck in the future. It really does take pressure off your neck. So find your wall or your surface. Elbows are the same height as your shoulder. Thumbs are pointing out. So just your little fingers on the wall. I guess your hands are facing each other. And pull down with the shoulder blades down and back toward your waist and hold. and then relax. We're doing about a 5-second hold. Now pull down again. You should just feel the shoulder blades, your back doesn't move back any further, you don't bend forward, and relax. It's just those shoulder blades, pull them down now. Keep holding them, and then relax. And then again, pull down on those shoulder blades. We're doing 5 all together, if I can. And then relax. And one more, pull down on the shoulders. It's kind of down and back. Shoulder blades are gliding toward that waist as you do it, and relax. Now slide your arms about halfway up. Thumbs are still pointing out. Forearms are on the wall. So the elbows are, 3-4 inches above the shoulder height. Okay, so that position, pull down on your shoulder blades, hold it. And then relax. And then again, pull down with the shoulder blades and hold it. Keep holding it there. And then relax. And then again, pull down with the shoulder blades down. Again, nothing really else is moving, just those shoulder blades. And then relax. 2 more. Pull down and hold. Keep it, hold it, and relax. 1 more. Pull down, hold, keep holding it there, and then relax. And now slide your arms all the way up. This puts the muscle on a lengthened position, which means it's a lot harder for it to contract. So don't expect as big of a contraction in that position. So arms all the way up, thumbs are still pointing out from that. So now go ahead and pull the shoulder blades down toward your waist and hold it there. Keep holding and relax. And again, pull down with the shoulder blades, just down and back toward that waist. Keep it there. And then relax. And then again, down and back and hold. And relax. And then again, pull down and back and hold. And relax. And then again, pull down and back and hold. And relax. And then relax. So you're doing about 5-second holds, the different positions. If it's too hard with the arms all the way up, just stay in the lower position, because that does make it the most difficult for that muscle to contract with that part of it. I forgot extension? No, we did do extension. Oh, good. Never mind. So we got those. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure. All right, so grab your weights. We're going to do 2 sets of 12 of each one. We'll start in standing, and then we're going to do the one where we lean forward, and then the lying down ones. We're going to start with, I think, a relatively easy one with your elbows bent. Start with your hands near your upper chest, and we'll just go straight up to the ceiling. I have my counter with me. Oh, wait, where is it? Over there. Okay, so going straight up, and then back down. 2, 3, 4. This one we don't go fast. 5. Like when we do the endurance ones, we go definitely fast. 6. Now, interestingly, try not to shrug your shoulders all the way to your ears as you do it. Just kind of press straight up and keep the shoulders sort of relaxed. Again, totally relaxed. I don't understand that, but yes. 10. Woo, only 2 more. 11. 12. All right, take a quick break. We'll do 2 sets of each one of these. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you'll know as you go along, especially those who are doing this each week, and you can do heavier weights, obviously. 11. One more. 12. All right. The next one, we're going to do flexion. I want you to Point your thumbs toward the ceiling as you do the one with just both arms overhead, but really keep the thumbs pointing up to kind of keep your joint in a better position. You don't have to go all the way up for some of you, and that's fine, or just go lighter weight on that. So just go straight overhead. Oh, arms straight, elbows locked will make it harder. Okay, ready, go.
1,
And again, if you need to limit how far up you go with one or both arms,
2,
otherwise I do want you to go the largest range possible for
3,
yourself. Don't lean backwards as you do it. You gotta keep your stomach a little tight as you get toward the top. So suck that stomach in about that 2/3 of the way up to prevent any other spine movement so you get all shoulder.
7,
Only 7, felt like it was more.
8, 9, 10,
2 more.
11, 12.
And then relax for a moment.
Check your,
We haven't done pendulum, have we? I can have that next week. That's someone?
no,
Okay, all right. Round 2, ready, go.
1,
And I know I've talked about this before, and mainly because I have firsthand experience with neck issues. As you raise your arms overhead, you're not hunching your shoulders up to do it. So you're trying to not use that upper trap, mid trap a little bit, upper trap especially. So keep that part of you as relaxed as possible.
6, 7,
If you have a bit of a rotator cuff deficit, make sure you don't hunch your shoulder upward that one side as you go. Keep it as smooth as possible.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Now we're going to do something super simple, just elbow flexion, so that's more your biceps. So if you need a heavier weight for some of you, of course that's okay. All right, ready, go.
1, 2,
Now this time it's up to you. Do you want to do thumb up, do the back of your hand up, do the palm up? It's up to you. Or switch it around a little.
7,
Check your posture. Are you in the best posture possible? Are you tall, not slouching?
10, 11, 12.
And relax. Now, obviously, some of these big muscle groups, you can always do a heavier weight if you want to switch around, but you'll get to know that. All right, round 2, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now, the next one is Scaption. That's the one we talked about where it's not straightforward and it's not out to the side. It's halfway between those two. And the one I want to work on only works to 70 degrees mainly. So 90 degrees would be my arm parallel to the floor. 70 degrees is below that. So as do these, it's going to be angled up and out. Now, we've added these over the last couple of weeks in the sense, these first 12, if you can, I can have you lead with your little finger. So as your little finger will lead the way. It makes that muscle work harder. So if it's too hard, just flip it and lead with your thumb. For the second round, we are going to do the leading with the thumb. So start little finger pointing the way. Be tall, relaxed, and go.
1,
Remember, it's only about 70 degrees up is all I'm concerned about. You don't even have to go to 90. Are you tall? Are your shoulders relaxed? Make sure your shoulders are not hunching up to bring them up because that means you have a little bit of a muscle deficit. So only stay in the range that does not happen.
7,
Another a super important swimming and especially rotator cuff health for your swimmer's shoulder type thing.
10, 11, 12.
This round, we're going to do thumb up, and you can see what the difference is since if you did the little finger up. All right, ready, go. It'll feel usually a little smoother. It's not putting that muscle on the lengthened position. It's a little bit of slack.
4, 5.
And I know I already mentioned it, but make sure it's not your shoulders trying to hunch up to help you. That, again, you probably just have a deficit. So do not let that happen. Stay in the range that does not happen. I think I lost my pace. Are we on?
10,
Ooh, only 2 more.
11, 12.
Now, we're going to do the one where you lean halfway over. Get my chair.
Make sure you're somewhere.
So we're going to do the one where we go out to the side. We're going to do the one where we go straight backwards. And where we bring our elbow up toward the ceiling. So we'll start with the out to the side. And of course, we'll switch side to side. So when you lean over, I do want you to be your upper body parallel to the floor if you can, but don't hurt your back. So bend your knees, poke your buttock backwards, lean on your chair, and then we'll start. So ready, go. Out to the side, 1. Go ahead, 2. Don't hunch your shoulder up toward your ears. You can even activate that lower trap a little bit as you go out to the side and bring that shoulder blade down slightly. Get the bonus points there.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And stand up for 5 seconds. You can do this lying on the side of the bed and your arm dangling off. It's a little bit easier on the body. So now lean over again. Same thing, out to the side. Ready, go. 1,
2,
like I said, the shoulder should not hunch up as you do it. It's easy to not let that happen, but sometimes you have to think about it.
5, 7, 8.
Make sure your knees are slightly bent. Keep some pressure off that lower spine.
10, 11, 12.
And then switch sides. Same thing, out to the side. All right, so go and lean over, elbows, what are those? Your knees are bent. Elbows probably bent too. Arms straight down, and now out to the side. Go.
1, 2,
If you have some neck issues, you can always just rest your head on your arm that's on the chair if it's in the right position. Don't look forward, always look down, especially if you have neck issues.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Remember I said no pain with strengthening. Stay in the range that does not hurt.
11, 12.
And then stand up for a couple seconds. Just kind of so you don't stay in that. That's just so you don't stay in that position too long. And now bend over. Support yourself, knees bent, etc. And go out to the side.
1, 2.
Some of you could play with leading with the back of your hand, leading with the little finger, or even leading with your palm. It doesn't matter in a sense. It does matter if one of them feels like it's smoother for your motion and way easier to do. Then choose that position.
9, 10, 11, 12.
And stand up for, is that 2 sets already? Oh yeah, so now switch to the other side and we're gonna go straight back behind you. All right, lean over, knees bent, etc. And now go straight back behind.
1, 2.
This is a great one to pull your shoulder blade to your waist as you're going behind you. So you're not hunching up, get a little bonus points there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
One more.
12.
Stand up for just a brief moment. If you need to do your little pelvic tilts, if you have other spine issues, that's a great way to just kind of keep it going. All right, lean over again and backwards. Go.
1, 2,
Are your knees bent? Is your head in good position?
3,
Are you pulling that shoulder blade down as you go for those bonus points? Remember, you can cash in your bonus points at the end of the year for fabulous prizes. So keep track.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right, switch sides, same thing, straight backwards. On that. All right, bend over, knees bent, head on your arm if that feels good, and go ahead and start. Now go straight backwards. 1,
2,
is your back in a good position for you or your neck?
4,
Are you pulling your shoulder blade down your waist a little bit as you go backwards?
6,
All important bonus points.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right, stand up for a moment. Oh, you're gonna join. All right, so bend over again. One more set. And go.
1,
Check your back position, your neck position, your knee position, your shoulder blade position.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
This one.
9, 10, 11, 12.
And this is the one, after you bend over, you can just bring your elbow up toward the ceiling on that. All right, so bend over, same thing. And now go ahead, start, bring your elbow straight up, and then back down.
2,
Oops.
3,
Oh, I got triceps, didn't we?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Check your body position, make sure it's okay.
12.
And you're still trying to not hunch up with the shoulders. That should stay kind of in its normal position as if you're standing. Okay. Bend over again, same thing. Bring the elbow up. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Stand up for a moment. Switch arms. And we'll do the other side. All right, so bend over. Ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right. Good job. So now we're going to do some lying down.
One more.
Oh, there's one more round? I was so excited. Wait, of course, I'm testing you. One more round. Okay, ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You'll notice the one exercise we never do is arms just straight out to the side. So, just out. I haven't given that exercise in physical therapy since 1988, probably. That puts the most pressure on your shoulder joints. So if you have any kind of issues whatsoever, you never have to do that. All the ones we're doing gets every single muscle that you would have to do out to the side without compromising your joint. Hey, Larry. So we're gonna lie down. I'm gonna add the triceps lying down, which is a little harder position. So just make sure you're okay as you do it.
Weights on the ground?
Yeah, have weights on the ground. Still have your weights.
Not pants. No pants on the ground. Looking like a fool.
We'll start with both arms going straight overhead. We're gonna do a bit of a press up toward the ceiling, and we're gonna do triceps on those. So make yourself comfortable.
Let me adjust this so you see you.
Have your weights. Where's my other weights? Oh, have your both sets of weights with you. On that. You need a pillow for your head. That's fine.
Ready with hands.
And when we go arms overhead, make sure you lead with your thumb. It's way nicer for the shoulder joint, and that's the best position for the joint anyway. So go ahead and grab your weights, arms down by your side, thumbs up, knees bent if you need to. Now arms both ready, go. Both arms overhead,
1,
and down.
2.
As your arms go further overhead, do not let your back arch up. So you might even think about putting the back a little bit flatter as you go overhead.
4. You're behind.
Am I behind?
5.
This is a harder one because it torques the shoulder in a way, so make sure there's no pain at all. Let me catch up.
7.
Okay.
8.
You can always have one arm go a little bit further than the other if one's having some issue,
9.
and that's totally fine. No pain. Remember, it's not a no pain, no gain thing. It's no pain at all when you strengthen.
11. 12. You go ahead.
Okay. Rest for a moment. All right, and now go. Round 2.
1, 2.
Everyone knows what muscle fatigue, that kind of thing. That's not the pain I'm talking about. You know what types of pains I'm talking about. That's the pain you don't want to have. So it never helps to work into that pain. We're trying to make it better, not worse. So modify, change, adapt. Don't decrease your weight, whatever it is.
10.
2 more. Make sure your back does not move too, so you get all shoulder stuff.
Last one. 12.
All right. Now we're going to do the one, we start with the weights near your chest. We're going to just press straight up to the ceiling. Oh no, I switched this one, sorry. Arms straight up to the ceiling and lock your elbows. We're going to press the hands further toward the ceiling, just through the shoulder blades. And as you press your arms up, you're going to press your shoulder blades down, I guess the shoulders down in this case. So it's a little movement. So now go ahead and start by pressing up, shoulders down. We're going to hold for 1 second and relax. And press up again, shoulders down and relax.
All right, 2 seconds.
And again, press up, shoulders down, pause, and relax. And again, press up, make sure the shoulders are down, and relax. And again, press up, shoulders down, pause, and relax. And again, press up, shoulders down, pause, and relax. And again, press up, shoulders down, and relax. And again, press up, pause, and relax. And again, press up and pause, and relax. Now press up and pause. Do you know how many you've done?
Nope.
And you don't know?
Nope.
2 more, that was 10. Press up and pause. Count out the next one and relax. I'm not counting. And then again, press up, pause, and relax. Now, when you relax your arms, if you bend your elbows slightly, that's totally okay. It's having them straight up toward the ceiling during the motion with the shoulders not hunching up. All right, start position, both arms straight up toward the ceiling. All right, now press up, shoulders down, and relax. Again, press up, shoulders down, hold, and relax. Press up, shoulders down, hold, and relax. Press up, shoulders down, hold, and relax. Again, press up, shoulders down, pause, and relax. All right, press up, shoulders down, pause.
6.
Yay, we're halfway. And again, press up, shoulders down, pause, and relax. And again, up toward the ceiling, and relax. And again, press up, hold, and relax. Same thing, press up, make sure the shoulders are staying down, and relax. And again, press up, shoulders down, relax, pause, and relax.
Last one.
One more, press up, shoulders down, pause, and relax. The next one is getting, so that's a different muscle than if you just started from all the way down to all the way up. But we'll get that muscle next for the most part. So this time, after your arms are straight to the ceiling, we're gonna go out to the side. Make sure there's no heavy furniture that you're gonna hit. You can still have your knees bent, but just straight out to the side and back in. The straighter your arms are, the longer the lever arm, which means more work. So if you need to bend your elbows slightly to make it easier, that's fine. So if you can, start with both arms to the ceiling, and now straight out to the sides and back up.
2, 3.
Again, you can limit your range if you need to. As you notice, as you go closer and closer to the floor, it's more and more work for the shoulder to stabilize. So you can also have your arms a little bit lower instead of chest level, and that makes a little less work for many people. Or just bend your elbows slightly.
8.
Or don't go as far. Lots of choices. Just don't hurt.
10. 11. 12.
Okay, take a 5-second break. Oh, 12. Sorry, now a 5-second break. All right, both arms to the ceiling. Same thing, out to the side. There's
1.
1.
2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7.
Again, don't hurt. Stay in the range. It just feels like the muscles working. If they fatigue, you can always just not go quite as far. Or just wait.
10. 11. 12.
The last one lying on our back will be the triceps. A little harder position for the shoulder than doing like a kickback. So point your elbows to the ceiling, both of them, and you're just going to straighten the forearms up to the ceiling and then back down. Try not to clunk your head with the weight unless you want to. Okay, start elbows to the ceiling, and now lift the weights toward the ceiling.
1, 2, 3.
Adjust your elbows a little bit down toward your waist if it's a difficult position for you. You can also put them a little bit overhead slightly more if you want a little bit more work.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And then relax. All right, one more set. Ready, go.
1,
My least favorite tricep position is when you're standing and have your hand behind your head and you're raising up, because that puts the most unnecessary pressure on the shoulder joint. This would be a better choice, or those kickbacks are a great choice too if you're leaning halfway over.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so lie on your left side. Have your right elbow up on your side. It's going to stay on your side the whole time as you lift the weight toward the ceiling. So the elbow stays 90 degrees, but it does not move. It's just your forearm and hand coming up to the ceiling with the weight. All right, so go ahead and lift the weight up toward the ceiling and then back down. Do not lean backwards as you do it. The only thing moving is your forearm and hand, I guess, the weight. Try to be in the best alignment so your body is kind of perpendicular to the floor.
7, 8.
Now this is going to be one of the most crucial muscles to work on to prevent the swimmer's shoulder or any shoulder impingement.
12.
And relax. This is also a muscle that fatigues faster than any muscle that we work on today. Okay, round 2. Ready, go.
1.
So you might do a little less weight on this particular one and more weight on others, and that's fine. Just be successful.
5. 6. 7. 8.
So there's a burning quality when you kind of fatigue. I'm not worried about that. I am worried about the pain.
11.
One more.
12.
All right, switch sides.
Are those the only signs?
These are the only ones we're doing on our side. So rest your elbow on your side. You can even put a little towel roll there, which lifts it a little bit more in line with your shoulder. A little nicer to the joint itself. You need to. All right, so go ahead and start. Go.
1, 2.
Remember, you're not leaning back to do it. It's just the forearm and hand coming up.
5.
Support your neck
6. 7.
or have a pillow
8.
or a dog or a cat or a small child can lie there.
10. 11. 12.
And then rest for a moment. All right, same thing, ready, go.
1. 2.
When this muscle fatigues, you're going to find that your elbow wants to either open up or close a little bit to get the biceps or the triceps to help you instead. Do not let that happen. Keep it 90 degrees the whole time. Don't lean backwards as you do it. If it fatigues, it's just done.
9. 10. 11. 12.
You sound like Dory talking to whales. All right, so go ahead and stand up. Grab your rubber band. Go. This is our, so that the longest, I mean, we stretched for quite a while, but we strengthened with the weights for a long time. This is one of our shorter periods where it doesn't take too long to do these, but it's one of the most important things to do too, because it's one element of strengthening that we don't often do enough of, and that's the endurance. And Kim, I told Heather to send her email to me so I can mail her some of the bands. Kim was here. Oh, there she is. Okay, first one we're going to do is tipping your hand toward your stomach. If you have a little towel roll underneath that upper arm or towel fold, whatever, most of the time it gets the elbow and the shoulder in the same plane versus the elbow by your side. It's not a huge difference unless you have some issues. And keep that elbow bent 90 degrees. Doesn't look that 90 in there, but, and you're gonna just tip your hand toward your stomach. And we're doing 60 of them, and this time we're going faster because we're working on more of the endurance part, on that part. So Scotty will count. Oh, make sure it's just your forearm coming in, just like we did the tipping up. Don't let your body move, be tall, good posture. Ready, go.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to do the largest range possible. So you might have to step away, but make sure the end of the resistance is when your hands is near your stomach to get the good resistance there.
20. 1, 2, 3.
Be tall, shoulders in perfect position as you do it. Don't let the elbow drift.
30. 1, 2, 3.
When you fatigue and you're done, that's fine. But this is a larger muscle in a sense, a better muscle, an easier one to work on compared to the one we just did lying down.
50.
Or an easier one to hit 60, I should say.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60.
All right, switch arms, same thing, other side. If you've had shoulder issues, the towel roll is a really good idea because it does put the glenohumeral joint and the elbow in the same plane, allowing that muscle to work a little bit more normal. Okay, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19.
Out of all the
20.
ones we're doing, the next 3 are the ones I definitely want you to do 2 extra times during the week.
8, 29, 30.
Unless you're not doing a Tuesday or a Saturday class, then you might do the whole thing. But we get a lot of strengthening and stability on those classes.
6, 50. 1,
Ooh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60.
Okay. Now stay probably the same direction you just did, but you're going to switch it to your outside arm because we're going to tip out. Remember when you were lying on your side, this is the same muscle group, but we're going to work on endurance, and most of us, it's going to fatigue. So test the band length so that you're in a position where you can get out to the side, and then you have that most tension when you get out there. Be tall, shoulder, elbow, stay in that same position. Ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
When this fatigues, you're going to find your hand's going to want to kind of go down a little bit toward the floor because that triceps wants to help you.
20.
It's tired. Don't hunch up, shoulder blades down. Be perfect posture as you go. And pump that
30.
muscle. Feel the burn. Burn is okay, remember, but no pain. Sometimes pain is
40.
after burning, so you might stop.
50.
Hey. Or just reduce the range like I'm doing because I'm getting really tired.
60.
Oh, I made 60, but my last ones were really small. Okay, switch sides.
Are you checking to make sure everybody's ready? before
Just a
this?
little bit. Okay, be tall, shoulder blades down. Have that hook up towards the ceiling. Ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Elbows
5,
staying by your
6,
side,
7,
beneath your shoulder.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20.
Look at your arm, make sure the forearm is about parallel to the floor.
30.
This is going to be a long one. Oh. Feel the burn.
40.
20 more if you can make it. Of course, if you're done, you're done. Oh, good.
50. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Or you can do like I do,
7,
just do smaller
8,
motions.
9, 60.
Like you have make only 60 by doing those 2-inch motions. All right, now we're going to step on one end of the band. Now, for the bands these are kind of easier bands in general. You can always buy harder ones. But for what we're doing, the easy ones, we can always combine 2 bands together, whatever you need to do.
Go back, step back.
Oh, step back. We're going to do Scaption. Remember, that's the one we did earlier where we were leading with the little finger and then the thumb. It's halfway between forward and out to the side and only 2/3. So test the band. So when you get to about that 70 degrees, that's the end of your band tension. And that's all, it'll stop you there. We're going to do all 60 leading with your thumb. Let's be nice. And then be tall, shoulders down. You can get bonus points by pulling your shoulder blades down to your waist. We talked about that. So ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Again, be tall.
9, 10.
Lock your
11,
elbow would be
12,
best if you can.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Check your posture
20.
again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2.
It's a little bigger
3,
muscle
4,
group in a way.
5,
So
6, 7,
the one we just did before this is usually the hardest one
2, 3,
as far as fatiguing.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50.
Check your posture,
1,
check your elbow.
2,
Just
3,
don't go up as
4,
high.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60.
Yay! I did the wrong arm.
What does
Okay.
that mean?
Well, because I did the same one I just did with the external rotation.
Well, that was
So no, I was already tired. It's not the same muscle, but all right. So the other side, same thing. Remember, only it goes 70 degrees up. Be tall, posture, lower trap, arm straight. Ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Lock your
7,
elbow if you can.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Check your
13,
posture again. Can you pull those lower
14,
shoulder blades down a bit to activate that lower trap?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30.
Ooh,
1,
half of 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50.
Last
1,
10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 16.
All right, our last position, again, we're going to do on all fours. So hands in your knees, quadruped, however you want to describe it. We'll be doing kind of some bird dog stuff, alternating circles, stuff like that. The whole idea is get information into the shoulder joint. We're also going to finish up with a push-up with a plus, and that's the one where I want the middle part between your shoulder blades to go up toward the ceiling. We're not going to actually do a push-up. We'll bend our elbows a little bit, but as you go back up, you're just pushing between the shoulder blades. You're not rounding your back up. It's just a little tiny motion. You'll feel the front of your chest come forward a bit as you're trying to extend.
Is that what we were doing with these?
Yes, when we were doing the ones up toward the ceiling with the weight, but that's the front of them, but now we're doing the back of them. So Serratus Posterior is what we're going to do when you're on all fours. So go ahead and go down on all fours.
We do weights.
You don't really need weights on this, but because what I want, where I'm most interested in the arms that are on the ground, the one that you're putting weight through is what's the important part. If you have wrist issues, like some of us, make a fist with your hand and just put your fist, but don't let the wrist collapse. All right, so now just reach forward with your right arm and kick back with your left leg. And shift forward and backwards a little bit through that left shoulder. Make sure you're not hunching your shoulders up toward your ear. And now switch. Left arm forward, right leg behind, but just adding a little bit of forward, backwards. You get a little bit more weight into that right shoulder. Shoulders are down. They're not hunching up, so keep that position. I want them to practice that joint approximation in a good position. Now go back to the first combination. This time you're going to do a circle with the arm and the leg. Again, check your shoulder position on that left side. Make sure it's not hunching up. But now we're creating a circular motion, so it has to kind of rotate as it's trying to stabilize. And now switch again. Left arm forward, right arm behind you. Do circles. Check that right shoulder. Make sure, again, it's staying in that downward position. It tends to want to drift up. Do not let it. Say no. Just say no. Thank God for Nancy Reagan. And now switch again. Right arm forward, left leg back. Do your circles, and you're going to roll forward and backward a little bit. So we're really going to try to confuse it in a way. Make sure that left shoulder stays down the best it can as it tries to stabilize. And then switch. Same thing. Arms forward, and then do your circles and leaning more forward and back. Make sure that right shoulder is doing all right. And again, I highly encourage a Tuesday or a Saturday or both. We do tons of approximation to that shoulder using the gym ball. Excellent for shoulder rehab. We don't do as much today, but you can do extra of these at home. Now we're going to do them where you do the little between the shoulder blade extension. So start with your elbows just a little bit bent. And all you're going to do is straighten your elbows out and push just between the shoulder blades up toward the ceiling. Look down at the floor with your head on that. Put your hands in whatever good position. Okay. And we're going to hold it for about 2 seconds. All right. So press up. Press just between the shoulder blades. Hold it. And relax. And then again, press up. Keep the shoulders down, but even though you're between the shoulder blades, you're not hunching up. Hold it there. Keep it there. And down. We're doing 12 all together. My counter will help me. Press up. It's hard to try to localize just between the shoulder blades. You can kind of adjust as you're doing this. Think about just between and relax. And again, pressing up. Between the shoulder blades, try not to round the thoracic spine. We're just trying to localize between and relax. Sounds easier than it is. Press up. Just there, keep holding it. You can even shift a little bit, just make sure the shoulders are in their normal position, not hunched up, and relax. And again, press up between the shoulder blades, looking down at the floor, don't look forward.
We're halfway.
Halfway, only 6 left. All right, press up again between the shoulder blades, extend that just slightly more, keep it there, hold it, keep it, and relax. And then again, press up, shoulder blades, shoulders are down, or at least in their normal position, not hunched up. Keep holding it a little bit longer and relax. And then again, press up, shoulder blades between the shoulder blades. Think about localizing, you have to almost visualize it and relax. And then again, press the shoulder blades a little bit more. You have to push your hands a little bit into the floor to do that, which is fine. It helps. And then relax.
2 more.
What?
2 more.
Oh, 2 more. Press up again. Think about the shoulder blades. Press into the floor a bit more to kind of push into that shoulder blade area and then relax. 1 more. Press up, shoulder blades up, or between the shoulder blades. It does not move far, so it's just very subtle and relax, but not super subtle. And then you can stand up. Okay.